We are still the one, Chicago's classic hits, 94.7 WLS and Ron Parker. And can we have a round of applause, please, here in the studio? Denny Laine is joining us, guitarist with Paul McCartney and Wings, former. Let's see, you did that for about 11 years, is that correct?
Was it that long?
Yes, it was. It certainly was, yes. Yeah. Well, welcome to WLS in Chicago.
I'm loving it.
And we have an intimate studio audience waiting for you to perform in just a couple of minutes.
Sure, that's going to be fun.
And, of course, I remember you quite well, lead singer, Moody Blues, on the song Go Now.
Yes, I'll be doing that one for the rest of my days.
Yeah, you will be. You belted that one out quite big on that record, didn't you?
Well, yeah, it's not the only single we had out, but it was certainly the biggest one. It was the time that I was there anyway.
And if I'm not mistaken, when you recorded that, weren't you at one time touring with Chuck Berry?
We were, yeah. And guess who opened the show? Ginger Baker and Jack Bruce in a band called the Graham Bond Organization.
And then later Cream.
Yep.
There you go. So how did it feel to be the third member with Paul McCartney and Wings? With Paul and Linda? And
you got to remember, I knew Paul. From the early days. They actually invited us to do their second British tour, which was, because we were friends. And we used to go and see people all the time. We went to see, me and Paul would go and see people like Hendrix or the Byrds, whoever was in town.
Cool.
We would go and see. But a lot of the American acts came over, Jose Feliciano, and of course they wanted to be part of the British scene as well. Even though we'd stole all their music in the first place, but never mind. But that's how we got to know everybody, and so we had a lot of parties, the Moody Blues days, and everybody who came out of town was really friendly. A lot of those bands became good friends. Eric Burden, for example, found Justin Hayward for the Moody Blues. We were all kind of in the same boat, and so that's why I joined Wings. Really, is because it would be easy for Paul to have someone he knew. Yeah. So I didn't feel so much, at a place there. And we worked really well together. Just, when extra people came in, it was probably more difficult for them. Yeah. But actually being just with me and Paul, it was a very easy working relationship.
Yeah, we're talking to Denny Laine, who was with Paul McCartney and Wings for many years. I saw you on the Band on the Run tour. So that was a while back. Yeah. Now, I read where Paul McCartney encouraged you to write more and write more and write more. How did that work out?
Well, he tried to because, he wanted it to be more than just the Paul McCartney band, which is inevitable because obviously he was a lot more famous and that's what people, really came to see originally. And he wanted it to turn into more of a band because we were from bands. That's how we started. And when you get famous, it's always difficult to be an individual. So he encouraged me, but I wasn't at that time as prolific as him. He would come in with a new song every day virtually. And, so I did get into it. I co-wrote a few songs. Mulligan Tyre was a big hit for us in England. I co-wrote that. And a few of my songs, he helped me with as well.
So you're looking forward to seeing Paul here in Chicago? Well, you're going to tomorrow night's show, right?
I'm just going to be one of the crowd.
Yeah, right. You're not going to jump up and kind of do a little, come on.
That. Well, that's up to him. I'm not going to,
Denny Laine's going to try and jump on stage, and music will treat you if you're going to the show tomorrow night. Yeah. Hey, one quick question. Did you have something to do with another group that we play here? Did you have anything to do with a group called The Knack?
Bruce Gary.
My, Sharona.
He played, he's the drummer in a band called the World Classic Rockers that I was part of for a while. Yeah. Along with Randy Meisner from the Eagles. Yeah. And a couple of Toto and...
Denny's such a name dropper, isn't he? Look at that, man. You are a star. You're a star, man.
But it's true, yeah. So Bruce was a drummer in that band for a while.
Well, there you go. A little rock and roll trivia. Denny, thanks for stopping into the studio.
My pleasure.
Look forward to you on stage tomorrow with Paul.
Okay.
And look forward to you.
That out there.
Look forward to you down the hall here in a few minutes with our intimate 94.7 WLS studio audience in the studio down there.
Sounds good.
Thanks for stopping by.
Cheers, Ron.
Appreciate it. Good luck.
Denny Laine, brought to you by Bettenhausen Automotive in Tinley Park.